Hi Leute und willkommen zurück zu Tales of Vesperia. Im letzten Part sind wir hier in die Wüste gekommen, um das sprechende Monster zu finden und um die Eltern von den zwei Kindern von der Oase zu suchen. Die Eltern haben wir gefunden gehabt und jetzt müssten wir, glaube ich, in Richtung Monster kommen.
Something isn't right.
That's not Pharaoh.
Yeah, there's something different about...
Hey! What the?
Using a decoy to...
I've never seen him.
That's not a monster.
If it's not a monster...
Even Rapide's frightened.
Let's get out of here! It's coming this way!
Damn, looks like we have no choice. Out of the way, you two! What is this thing?
Finden wir gleich raus. Ausbrecher heißt es schon mal. Schwäche Wasser. Resistenz gegen Feuer.
I don't want to deal with it if we don't...
Okay, es macht super Range-Attacken. Es hat uns 3 Mann getroffen. Feuer aus und Wasser darf anbleiben, ne?
Do. Come on, guys. Fight. I guess we have no choice.
I'll blow you away! Dragon! You're dead! Divine Wolf! Sever! 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 Sever!
Power that tries souls shine. I found your weak spot. Oh, power that tries souls shine. A caprice of innocent waters.
Sever! That's enough!
I have an idea. Don't mess with me. Oh,
finish
shine. Photon.
Sever!
That's the best you can do.
Finish it!
Spread the snare and deliver.
Okay. Ah, Mist.
Oh, enduring protection. Grant them thy power that tries souls shine. I found your weak spot. Spread thy alluring snare and deliver my power that tries souls shine. Photon. Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor. Crescent moon.
Blow you away! Dragon!
Nurse.
You're dead! Divine Wolf! All right.
I'm fine. Oh, man. We're not done yet. Is that the best you can do? Come to me. First aid. Is that the best you can do? Angels, grant us your favor. Of innocent waters. I found your weak spot. Grant them thy undefiled purity. You can do.
All right.
Crescent strike. Oh,
I guess we got it, but...
Oh, I'm so tired. Come on, snap out of it.
I'm not done yet!
That's the logical Oh, I feel so
It vanished.
What's this? I can't go.
Umgefallen.
Rita. Carol.
The more simmering, dizzying heat and grilling mollusks.
I'm afraid even I can't take any more.
This isn't good. What? A town? That dragon from the Wizened of Kados. Go ahead. Hope you choke on my bones.
Easy. Einfach mal in die Stadt gebracht.
We collapsed in the... and this can't be heaven. Where are we?
Was wackelt denn da komisches rum? Ninja-Koch. Oh, Kroketten, lecker. Oh, kannst du lange bleiben, wie wir möchten. So ist das. Er ist tot, ohnmächtig im Dorfeingang. Ah, das hat uns zum Dorfeingang geflogen, das Viech. Natürlich ist sie schon wach.
Good morning.
Don't you want a morning kiss?
Oh, Yuri, are you feeling better now?
Yeah. How about you guys?
Yes, it would seem that way.
We all collapsed in the desert, right? So what are we doing in this town?
Seems like someone came to our aid. Though we're not sure who.
I wonder what kind of praiseworthy fellow could cross such a toasty desert and save so many people.
We need to find whoever it was and thank them.
What about the couple who was with us?
They appear to have been brought here as well.
So they didn't get a look at our rescuers either?
Apparently they lost consciousness like the rest of us. I believe the two of them are having a look around town.
I wonder, was it just a mirage?
What do you mean?
Oh, just before I blacked out, I saw that dragon that got the air under control back at Kados.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't you see it, Estelle?
No, I didn't see it.
And that monster must have saved us or
A monster saved us?
Was it just a mirage then? So what's the story? Where exactly are we?
A kindly gentleman is looking into that very matter for us.
Kindly gentle. Oh, yeah.
Oh, da sind die anderen auch wach.
There's no barrier here.
I thought the mountains in the east were supposed to be uninhabited.
Rita, Carol, over here!
What's that?
The monster that attacked us in the desert dropped it.
I didn't see any feathers on that thing.
That's one of Pharaoh's feathers.
Feder von Okay.
But why would that monster have one of Pharaoh's feathers?
Man, there's so much.
Welcome back.
And just why was it up to me to go tromping off on a recon mission?
If I'd gone, this sweet young lady would have been all alone with you.
Unsafe? You can't possibly mean me.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I think I'm gonna gag.
Suppose I don't mind people thinking I'm dangerous. Adds to my mysterious charm. It seems we're in Yormgen. You know, that town from the diary on the ghost ship.
RIP.
Wait, this is Yormgen?
The town that needed the clear seal crystal to protect itself from monsters? It makes sense. They don't have a barrier here.
That must be why they were searching for a way to drive away the monsters.
But that was 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, and I find it strange that they were getting by at all without a barrier.
You're right.
Aye!
What if we were to show this case to one of the locals?
Yes, we might learn something about Pharaoh.
I agree.
Okay, eine Stadt, die eigentlich nicht gibt, die 1000 Jahre alt ist und die keiner kennt, dass die hier in den Bergen ist. Es ist... ruft schon nach Geistergeschichte, oder? Aber erstmal looten. So. Ja. Davon und davon ganz viel. Was gibt's hier? Widerstandsring. Oh, reduziert Schaden um 10%. Lichtresistenz und Finsternisresistenz. Bisschen Kochstuff. Das ist der Synthese-Teacher. Wir haben immer noch nichts selber gecraftet, ne? Die sehen auch alle ganz komisch angezogen aus hier. Da sind auf jeden Fall die Eltern da rechts. Da gehen wir auch gleich hin. Aber erst den Loot. Zelt. Okay, so. Vielen Dank für die Rettung. Ich möchte nur Kinder. Okay. Das heißt, hier sind wir richtig.
That box.
Do you know something about this box?
Launchy had it. Where did you get it?
On a ship called the Atherum, my lovely lady.
Of course. You know about the Atherum too?
Yes, we happen to come across...
Did you see Launchy?
And Launchy would...
Oh, Launchy is my love.
Rip.
Your love. Damn it. Hey,
You're hopeless. Oh,
Could I ask your name?
oh, my name is Yuafan.
That's the name that was in the
Perhaps she's a descendant with the same...
Do you know about the clear seal crystal?
They say it has the power to drive back monsters.
The sage said it was necessary to make a barrier around the town. Is that what's in the box?
Yes, we came to deliver this box.
I see.
Natürlich hat
Hey,
sie den Schlüssel.
is that the key?
Could I have the box? Wow, is this the clear seal crystal?
Looks like it.
It's so sparkly and glittery. A treasure even more beautiful than sea sparkles blooming on the surface of the ocean.
so who's that sage you were talking about?
The sage is a great Critian who came to our town from across the desert. A Critian?
Well, creating a barrier is basically creating a Blastia.
Blastia? But we can make Blastia with current technology, right?
There are people who do. You saw the Blastia at Emmead Hill in Cairn. But I don't think that sage guy is the one who made those Blastia with messed up formulas.
I'm sorry, but the sage said that the clear CL crystal was needed to create the barrier, so Longchi set out to look for it. It's been 3 years since...
3 years, huh? You must be worried.
Wait, this sounds weird.
Yeah, the stories don't match up.
You think she could have miscounted by 1,000 years?
How old is she anyway?
The same thing could have happened 3 years ago, or...
They say that history repeats itself, but who really knows?
Is that sage in this town? Where does he live?
Oh, yes, he lives in the house farthest into the town.
I think it might be faster if we went to talk to this.
Yes, maybe.
If you're going there, could you take the clear CL crystal to the sage for me?
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's go.
Oh, ich kenne halt auch die Story nicht mehr. Wuff, wuff. Also Bauwurf, okay. Natürlich hat er die größte Butze hier.
Excuse me.
Das ist der andere. Rip.
Huh? Hey, that's... You're...
Who exactly?
We've run into each other a couple times.
You?
What do you mean, how?
I see. And yet, how did you... No matter. For what reason have...
We're a little curious about...
This must have cost you dearly to obtain.
Actually, it just sort of landed in our lap.
That was quite a miracle.
You're planning on making a barrier blastia, aren't you? You're free to go pretending you're a sage, but forget about making any blastia. Who would even consider building a barrier blastia with something that's so obviously not a core?
But it is a solid mass of air. It simply lacks an inscribed formula.
Lacks an inscribed formula? What do you...
They are most commonly known as apatheia, of which the clear CL crystal is one example.
So this is an apatheia?
That the treasure you've been looking for, old man?
Also, I am not the sage.
Huh?
No such being exists any longer.
That's a problem. We'll need to get that back from you in that case.
Neither I nor humanity have a need for such a thing.
Whoa! What are you doing? Hold on a...
It's the same phenomenon we saw at Cave Mock!
Oh, man. Just when I found one.
The apatheia bring only chaos to humanity. They are better off returned to air.
Return to air? Is that really all you did just...
It's still no reason to go smashing other people's things.
What kind of a person treats...
Wasn't the clear CL crystal, the apatheia, needed to save this town?
This town has no use for a barrier, and no need to be saved. This place has been granted everlasting calm.
Come to mention it, it is pretty...
But still, there are
How do you know of Pharaoh?
I'd ask you the same thing. You seem to know about him yourself.
Please, tell us what you know. Pharaoh referred to me as a poison.
I see.
You know something. Don't...
There is a being in this world who possesses a power the Endelikeia despise.
You mean... me?
This being is known as the Child of the Full Moon.
Child of the full moon. Like in the legend. By Endelikeia, you mean Pharaoh?
That is correct.
But what would the Endelikeia have against me? Against a child of the full... What is this power the child of the full moon possesses that they despise?
That answer lies only within the hearts of the Endelikeia themselves.
Which means I've got no choice but to find Pharaoh and ask him myself.
Do not be foolish. Meeting Pharaoh would end only in the death of the Child of the Full Moon.
But...
Estelle, give it a rest.
Hey, Regay, Jaeger from Ruinsgate talked about the Endelikeia earlier, didn't...
Something about them being the ancient race that built Nordopolica.
So Pharaoh built Nordopolica? That doesn't seem possible.
Take your leave. There's nothing more for you here.
Wait, there's something I want to ask you. What were you doing at that Air Krene? Just who are you? What is that sword of yours?
Those matters exceed your comprehension. Do not ask of them again.
Where do you get off?
Rita.
Duke may have been the one that saved us in the desert.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go and thank him.
Hold up. He doesn't seem the type to do something like that.
You don't think so?
Just a hunch. You said that Child of the Full Moon he mentioned was the sister of brave Vesperia, right?
Yeah. Goddess who bathes this world in her golden light, you are named Child of the Full Moon. Your brother, brave Vesperia, watches over us from the skies. You remain bound to your mother, the Earth, and will shelter her with your unceasing protection.
Is there like a hidden meaning in there?
I'm not sure, but maybe it's more than just an old legend.
Remaining to protect the Earth, huh?
Could protecting the Earth have anything to do with ruling over this world?
You mean like becoming the Emperor? If Estella's the child of the full moon, that would add up.
Which means all the previous emperors would have been on Pharaoh's hit list.
I've never heard of anything like that. This all sounds pretty complicated.
Yeah, I suppose it might be a bit too complicated for you, Patty.
It's too complicated for you too, old man.
Rita can explain it to you later.
Me?
Shouldn't we be thinking more about what to do next?
I'm gonna stay here. There are things I've got to investigate.
Investigate?
Clear seal crystals, apatheia, all kinds of... Honestly, I have a few bones to pick with Mr. Warm and Fuzzy over there. If you're all going back, we'll have to say our goodbyes.
But...
Oh, that's too bad. I don't imagine the desert will be much fun on your own, but good luck.
Ich find's ja cool, wie Judy da über der Treppe schwebt.
Oh, that's right. I can't go anywhere without crossing that desert.
We can afford to take a load off while she's checking things out, can't we? I'm pretty interested in apatheia myself.
if we're going back into the desert, we need to take time to prepare. We don't want to keel over again.
That's true. How about we leave tomorrow? Rita, one day should be enough, right?
Shouldn't be a problem. Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay then, we'll meet up near the exit tomorrow morning.
Right. See you then.
I have nothing left to say to you.
You're not gonna follow him?
What's the point? He's not gonna talk to me.
So this was a complete waste of time?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Apatheia?
When the air crane went berserk, Jaeger was carrying this box. This box was what messed up my magic.
You think the apatheia is what's causing the air crane to go out of control?
Judging from the evidence, it could be a valid hypothesis.
So when the Blastia and Heliord was going out of control, you think there was apatheia nearby? And the air crane and cave mock too?
There may have been. Otherwise, maybe the apatheia has been damaging the whole world's air crane little by little, and a large distortion just happened to appear then.
I see.
It's really nothing more than a guess, but it could be right.
You don't sound very sure of yourself.
In science, you continually make hypotheses, then test them, and you get closer and closer to the truth. Well, okay. Maybe I can do something with this after all.
What are you gonna do now?
The next step after a hypothesis is testing it.
So.
Hey, old man. You can feel free to go on ahead and order apologize.
Hey there, youngin'. What?
Wrong. I just wouldn't want you to miss the new moon and your chance to...
Honestly, I could do fine without your concern.
Wrong again. If brave Vesperia gets in the way of Altosk's work, we'll be apologizing to the Dawn for an eternity.
What? You're too young to bother yourself with such fluff.
It's a matter of brave Vesperia being trustworthy.
We've still got time left until the new moon. Well,
You sure?
anyway, ain't about to go back through the desert and that cave myself. If I got killed by some monster on the way there, but brave Vesperia certainly wouldn't look very trustworthy to potential clients.
In that case, we'd collect your bones and the letter.
Oh, wait, hey!
Anyway, just as long as you won't go blaming me if you don't manage to deliver it on time.
No problem.
Okay. Achso, das ist nur ein zweiter Weg. So, die beiden hier. Du auch.
So you weren't able to meet Pharaoh after all.
But I learned about some very important, the child of the full moon, and the Antilocheia.
But the only new thing we learned was what those words mean. As for the reason Pharaoh's trying to kill you, it seems we won't know unless we go and ask him directly.
But you heard what he was saying.
It looks like we'll never know the truth then.
After all this, it's like I'm being told that I should just give up.
No, no way.
Maybe...
Huh?
Maybe what I'm trying so hard to figure out isn't really that important to know at all.
What do you mean?
If I'd never met you, Yuri, and I just kept living my life in that castle, I would have lived without ever knowing about the child of the full moon, or the Antilocheia, or any of that. So maybe I could just go on living without knowing why Pharaoh wanted.
So you're saying you should just...
I think that's
If that's what you want to do.
Yuri,
Our contract with you is...
that's true.
It's just, I don't really like hypothetical situations. They're not real life, and I'm not too good at pretending to forget things that I already know. If you can do that, then I don't have any problem with it.
Then I can't do that either. But I have no idea what I should do in this.
You want to know the truth, but you don't know what... That'd be a good summary of your situation.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So, steht noch einer weiter hier hinten. Ja.
You're always out walking around, aren't you?
Yes, I guess I'm a pretty restless person.
That's unexpected.
You seem to have some problems staying put yourself.
I'm pretty restless myself.
That's not so unexpected, I think. Maybe it's the wanderlust coming back to me from when I used to fly around with Baul all the time.
Yeah, back when you were wearing that weird white armor.
Yes. Are you going to look for Pharaoh by yourself?
Nah.
Oh, then where were you planning?
Only a walk.
Oh, I see.
Doesn't it seem like we've been meeting this way a lot recently?
No, must be your imagination.
Okay. Da ist sie.
Would you like a skewer?
Is it any good?
Why don't you try it out? It's my grandfather's secret recipe.
What? But didn't you say you had amnesia?
I know everything there is to know about Eif. That's how I figured out Eifried was the one who told me my name was Patty.
Eifried told you your name?
That's my oldest memory. Just remembering that fond look makes me feel all... I don't know whether he's really my grandfather, but I feel that he was such an important person to me that I can't help but think that's who he is.
I see. Still, it might have been smarter to keep that to yourself.
But...
You're used to it, huh?
I don't let small stuff like that bother.
Crying gets you nowhere, but even if you understand that in your head, your emotions aren't necessarily gonna listen.
I'm more patient than a camouflaged stone flounder.
Oh yeah? But your info broker turned his back on you too.
It's nothing. In any case, you need to eat up if you want it. Didn't I tell ya?
Okay. Wer... Achso. Wo finden wir den denn jetzt? Kann ich hier noch irgendwo hin? Kann man noch weiter nach vorne? Steht ihr hier irgendwo? Ja, da hinten.
We weren't able to find Pharaoh after all.
Yeah, our first job as a guild was an egregious failure. What do you think? Should we go back to Dongrest?
That might be best. But would you be okay with that, Yuri? And what about Estelle?
I'd be fine with it. As for Estelle, I'll leave that answer up to her.
All right.
This sure is a serene little town.
Huh? Oh yeah, no guilds, no empire.
Yeah, but I think it's relaxing.
Yeah, but even so, I prefer...
That's how everyone is. Everybody prefers the place where...
You too, Yuri?
Well, yeah, sure.
But if we're gonna work together and brave Vesperia, we'll have to decide on a
We could always make someplace new, you know.
Someplace new?
Yeah, you know, everyone thinks of Dongrest as the Union City, but it's really Altosk City. It could be like that. Brave Vesperia could make its own city.
Brave Vesperia's...
Well, either way, we've got a lot of jobs as a guild ahead of us.
Yeah, now that you mention it, Nordopolica is Palestrale's city, isn't it?
Yeah, if you think of it that way, Nordopolica's more of a guild.
Yeah, and Bellius rules the city. Nordopolica. I wonder what sort of person Bellius...
So. Quatschen hier nochmal. Ja. Okay.
Glad you could make it.
Sorry to keep you waiting. You'll be heading back too, right?
Yes. Thanks to your help, we've recovered our strength. We were thinking we'd cross the desert with you all. That is, if you don't mind.
Just make sure you don't go wandering off.
How about us? What?
I'm headed for the Air Crane and the Wiesen of Kados. But I am curious about the Entelikeia, too.
I have the honored task of delivering this letter here to Bellius.
I'd like to meet Bellius once myself. I mean, seriously. I want to see just what kind of person the leader of the only guild to rival...
Bellius?
Yeah. Bellius is the Duce of Palis...
You're friends with someone that amazing?
Huh? Friends?
It's Nordopolica for me too. I'm gonna see what Flynn has to say about those knights in Mantake. That's assuming he's still in Nordopolica.
I want to know why the Entelikeia hate the child of the full... Which means I have to meet Pharaoh.
But there's gotta be another way that doesn't involve Pharaoh.
Right. Besides, walking around in the desert...
Why don't we all head for Nordopolica then? You're only looking to find out the reason you were attacked by the Entelikeia.
Yes?
I imagine Bellius could tell you if you met with her.
Why? Because of the connection between the Entelikeia...
I do remember Jaeger mumbling something about the Entelikeia of Nordopolica.
If we can believe anything he told us.
Well, we'll pass through the Wiesen of Kados on the way to see Bell.
True enough.
Right. First, let's get back to Mantake.
What about Patty?
If I remember correctly, there were some people in Nordopolica who didn't...
I'll be fine, as long as I don't run into any of them. As soon as I'm out in the open sea, everything will be okay.
Then, will you come with us?
Hi.
Okay. Also den ganzen Weg wieder zurück.
Didn't Bellius only meet with people on the night of the new...
Yeah, we'll have to get a move on if we're going to see her. I'll kick myself if we miss the new moon and have to...
Okay, dann gehe ich jetzt wieder zurück für den nächsten Part. Wenn unterwegs irgendwas ist, werde ich da starten. Ansonsten starten wir halt direkt in der Stadt. Ciao, Leute.